Hey y'all, coming to you from the international headquarters of ScottieDTV. But I did stop by and see Fat Jack because he's got a new hot rod that he built for Gail. Gail's just the sweetest lady you ever want to meet. And, you know, after all these years of building his own hot rods, finally he built her one. And it's a 1968 convertible Buick Skylark. Yeah, right? We've had 2 Skylarks in the last couple of months on the channel. How crazy is that? But anyways, I think y'all are going to enjoy it. Let me get the camera turned around. We'll take a quick look at it. Jack, thanks so much for giving me some time this morning and telling me about this, what is that, Buick Skylark?
Buick Skylark 68. Scotty, thanks again for coming out to the house. You've always been a good friend ever since we met, 6 or 7 years ago, and I always appreciate your interest in my cars.
Dude, I mean, the thing about it is we always shoot these high-end cars, and Fat Jack does this stuff in his driveway, in his garage. I mean, you got a shop now, but it's not really a shop. It's just a place to get away when you go, right?
Place to hang out, right? Yeah, I'm still just a Bush League backyard mechanic.
And you do a wonderful job, so yeah, no. Like I tell people, there's no charity case. It's just because I like you. I wouldn't show up here if you didn't build cool.
Well, I know that.
You build cool. Now, you usually put Nissan motors and stuff, though. You didn't do that this time?
No, you know, the last 2 cars were both hot rods, street rods, both had Nissan motors in them. But no, I wanted to do a 68 to 72 A-body GM car. And looked at Chevelles, love them, but let's face it, you can't go to a car show and sling a dead cat without hitting a Chevelle.
That's right.
They're everywhere. So I said, hey, let's try a Skylark, 68 Skylark. I had one in high school, had a good time in the back seat of it. Yeah. It's another story altogether. Right. So we went that route.
It's a family station. Keep that in mind. It's a family channel, Jack.
So we went that route because you don't see them. There are not a whole lot of survivors, especially in a convertible.
Where'd you find it?
Online in Maryland.
Was it hard to find parts for it?
No, I mean, basically all the sheet metal underneath is the A-body.
Oh, okay.
Chevelle, Goat, 442.
It's all the same.
All the same.
Fenders and all that kind of stuff.
Well, inner fenders are, but of course the outside sheet metal is the only thing that's different.
Yeah. But does this thing need any sheet metal?
It was a Maryland car. It looked good from the, it was a good 30-foot car. We drove it for about 6 months. I think the more I got to digging, the more I realized the floor pans were absolutely Swiss cheese. It had spent a hard life in the salt road. So did her body off, had to replace both floor halves into the trunk pan and inner wheel houses. But now it's solid.
What else did you do? You do some body mods to it?
Minor things, yes. Notice the little side vents there.
Yeah.
That's just a custom touch. They normally had 3 little stainless steel bars there that I didn't really care for.
Was it like on top of it, or was it pushed into the metal?
It was pushed. Yeah, there were holes on it. So I had to.
That's cool.
Had to do that. And the biggest change was really the bumpers.
Yeah.
If you look at the stock rear bumper is one solid piece of chrome all the way down.
Okay.
And I wanted to update it, make it look like, okay, what would GM do today if they brought this car out? So I de-chromed it, painted the bumper gray on the top and white on the bottom, so it looks like it has a valence.
Right.
Makes the bumper smaller. Same thing on the front. Painted just the top third of it, the charcoal gray, and then made a custom sheet metal air dam for it.
Right on. And those body side moldings, or what do you call those things? Bumper guards? What is that? Did you make those?
No, that's the stock stainless steel trim. I just painted it gray to match the rest of the trim. You know,
that's what you did?
It's been de-chromed, and then painted the very center part the red that matches the interior color.
Dude, that looks like totally custom. I figured that was totally something you had made. I couldn't believe you spent the money on it. I thought to myself, when I saw that, I was like, well, he's had custom trim made. I didn't think
Why would you do that?
Yeah,
right,
I mean, I didn't think we had custom trim in the budget for this one.
No,
it's very cool. On the trunk,
it was stock. Too? On the trunk, too. That's also the stock trim.
Man, and are you running like a stock chassis up underneath it and all that?
Well, it is a stock frame, but suspension's all new. It's tubular AR and front suspension with a 2-inch drop pocket for the springs. And the rear axle is completely different. I took the last generation GTO. Remember the Pontiac? It was the 06 GTO. Had an independent rear suspension. So I wanted that because I could get a 355 gear, positive traction, sway bar, disc brakes, and IRS all in one unit. Just a K-member dropout. The only challenge was making it fit the frame, obviously. It had to be narrowed 6 inches, especially with these offset wheels. Had to reinforce the chassis quite a bit in the areas where it mounted. But it mounts in 3 places. Right. It's pretty slick.
So it was some work, but on the other hand, it's probably going to be worth it, right?
I think so.
Yeah. And what size wheels and tires are you running?
20s and 17s.
And what motor you got on it?
The LS1.
Yeah. All right. You didn't do anything with that. You just kind of painted it.
Yep,
Some
just
things
painted
like
it up. It's I gave it an aerosol overhaul.
Oh, aerosol oil.
Just cosmetic, right? I was going to put a cam in it, but then when you consider you have to have it dynoed and the PCM, the control unit, retuned. This was a dropout out of a car, low mileage car, and I got the computer and the wiring harness and everything all in one unit. So they already talk to each other, the engine and the PCM. So I said, well, why mess with it?
They're only
Just
factory
roll
ones.
with it.
That's what I learned. They're only factory ones.
You got it.
No, it's
So
a
it's
very
plenty.
good. Yeah, it's a very good looking car.
We just built it for a cruiser.
And the I want to say a hood scoop, but it's more the front of it there. That's stock too, or the grill part of it.
The hood?
Yeah.
That's a GS 400 hood.
Oh, okay.
From that era car.
Okay. No, it's cool. And now Gail gets to drive it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's for her.
That's exactly what it was for.
It was bought for her on my birthday. Yeah.
Well, that makes sense. Anybody who knows Gail, that's how it works, right? Cool. And the interior, all stock in there?
All stock interior, reproduction interior. You know who put it in.
Had Holcomb do a little massage.
A little massage, a little massage to it.
Because even if it's replacement stuff, you can still put it on nicer than throw it on.
Absolutely. I wouldn't want him to anybody else to recover it or put the panels in.
Well, and then again, we got to keep in mind it's Gail's car. If you told her that anybody with Holcomb put an interior in, you'd be shorting her.
She would not be satisfied.
She would not be happy with that. Well, Jack, I always appreciate hanging out with you, and thanks so much for giving me some time. Tell me about this hot rod.
Scotty, thank you very much. It's always a pleasure.
So there you go from Fat Jack's house, a 1968 Buick Skylark. Street machine kind of thing. I like it. Hope y'all have enjoyed it. See ya! Make sure you subscribe to this channel and visit ScottieDTV.com for an easy way to search the hundreds of videos I have posted. Either click the link in the description or the one at the end of this video.